Hi guys, the screen sorted out. Hi Neil, hi Stephen. So let me know you can see the screen okay. I've put the PDF in the chat box already, guys, for today. Okay, McDonald's big drop yesterday. Well, that will appear for us today as well, so we're going to go through that in a little while. Just allow people to get in. Make sure my linking's working, yeah. Hi Jerry, still in the 5-star hotel? Just going to wait a couple more minutes, guys. I know it's early for you lot. Hi Michelle, she's just joined as well. I'm just going to pull the live trades over on the swing trading while we wait for a few more people. Just want to see if there's anything happening pre-market on these at the moment. W had a great move yesterday. Was hoping for a bit of a gap into the profit zone. Quite a big spread at the moment. Somebody's asking 84.26, which would be good. Good for the momentum. A bit early yet to see if anyone's going to take something like that. So VAR, nothing pre-market at the moment. It closed at the high yesterday. Again, these are the sort of thing. This is either going to take a bit of a rest and a bit of a sell-off, or we could get a bit of a gap and a big move up into the zone. So that would be good as well. And ANDV, some space for this to go yet. A bit of pre-market stuff. Look, maybe gapping up to around about 104 maybe. Hopefully making that new high. There's some room yet to go on this. I'd like to get at least $106 out of this, if not to the target zone. Good morning all. So yeah, there's a three I'll be looking at with interest today, because I want to be stopping, taking some profits today. So I want to be just keep an eye on those, see how they go. So let's put the pre-market stuff back up. Hi Gary. Good morning. Good afternoon, Depends where you are, really. Saw some video of Jacksonville today, Jerry. There's a lot of water there. It's a lot of flooding. So let's go through the current. Morning, Gary. No, it's all about water levels, I suppose, now, and that storm surge and how quickly the water can drain away. But obviously Jacksonville's not a good drainage area. So let's go through the current open trades from the Paul's Pre-Market Prep Show. So with BTA, we're trading this off the 60. It's in a slight profit-making position at the moment, but there is a long way to go for this. Been a bit flat for the start of this week. Let's see if it can pick up. If not, might look to time stop and just take a tiny little bit of profit there. Let's go through them. So CAR, we're trading on the breakout on the daily, on the left chart here. So we've got the entry from, what day are we now? Wednesday. So Monday, we've got the entry on Monday. A bit of a pullback yesterday. The price action wasn't massive. What's the volume like? Bit of a drop in volume as well. Can't see that lasting. Anything looking pre-market good? No, the spread's pretty high pre-market down here on the market depth at the moment. We've got the bid and the ask. That's quite high at the moment. It'd be nice if it opens at 38 though. I very much doubt it. But that's CAR for now. We're still in that one. CELG, slight profit making position now. We've had the venture down. Seems to have found support. We are running low on volume a little bit. It closed near the high yesterday, which is good. We just need to break this previous wave 5 high, 142.64. We could test that today and get above and get through there and on our way. So looking good on CELG. LKQ, decent profit making position. This another breakout on the daily. Did venture up towards the 1% profit on the trading account balance yesterday, but then pulled back a little, gave a little bit away. Volume's still pretty high. I'm liking this one. It's got to give it a bit of time, push up through to test this 36.40 level. That's when I'll be hopefully looking to take profit on there. CA. So we had the trigger yesterday, 33.52, closed at 33.55. Price action, it wasn't fantastic. But again, we are looking to break this wave 4 now. So it's always going to be a little bit of a struggle, but got to be in it to win it. Volume's dropping off a little bit. Main thing is we closed above the entry yesterday. Info, so we tiptoe triggered this yesterday and then pulled back a little bit. We got in at 48.43, closed at 48.30. Good solid candle there for the day yesterday. Probably slightly above average on volume as well, so looking good so far, very new. CTSH did trigger yesterday, just. We got the trigger. The high was $73 dead on. My entry was 72.94. So this did. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. That must have done it pretty close to the end, yeah. So we got in about an hour before the close yesterday on there. Decent volume on there. I think the average is around about 1.86 million. So we were above there yesterday. Let's see if that can continue today. The main thing is we've pushed through this major weekly level now. Didn't pop back down into it. We did test it yesterday, bounced off it. So now we're looking for new highs. PDLI, so these next three are on the 60-minute. So the entry was at 321. We closed at 321, so we're break even at the moment. This daily and weekly support level here, support and resistance level, sorry, seems to be holding at the moment. seems to be holding. Court. So we're in at this at 1802. We closed at 1794. This $18 level is causing better problems. We have had the pullback, found a slightly higher support level each time. Now we're looking to break through this $18 level and close above it. Would be nice today. So we've got about $1 spread at the moment. So we're probably talking about 1757. So it's not going to 1777, maybe the gap. So it's not going to be fantastic. We're pretty flat at the open. QCOM. So entry was at 50.81, closed at 50.90 yesterday. We've had this range bound period after the big move into the trade. Now, obviously, that forming a bullish pennant. We're looking for that to continue higher today. Spread's quite low pre-market, a bit of action going on there. 50.55 bid, 50.90 ask, so middle of the diddle there. You know, we're talking about 75 maybe, so it's not going to be a fantastic open for this, but quite a bit of time left yet, another 50 minutes or so, so a long time to go. So quite a lot of open trades that we've carried through, a few from last week, some from this week. So I've been quite selective now on the ones for today. So first of all, we'll go to the daily. We're carrying the PDCO over, PDCO. That didn't trigger yesterday, came pretty close. The setup's still good because we've got another blue bar. So 40.88 entry on this is still good for the breakout. Again, it's another one of these that we're looking for this wave 4 to fail and the bearish trend to fail. So that's looking good. So ever since earnings back on the 23rd of August, we've had a really good move, and let's hope that momentum can continue. New one for today, AMAG. Big level here. We zoom out a little bit on the daily. This pivot point here is a big level, about 2050. So it's hit there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Tried to break through yesterday, failed. So a good entry at 21.15, above the whole dollar mark. We're about, we're 65 cents above that resistance level. Would give us a good entry for the breakout to 24.90. So we've got a risk of 1% to a reward of 2 to the next major resistance level up here. So AMAG looks pretty good. Pre-market, the spread's quite high, 1980 to 23. God, okay, so there's a very big spread at the moment. So, maybe about a $21 or just below $21 open. We'll keep an eye on that. Momo, looking for a short on Momo. So let's zoom in. So this is a swing trading opportunity and breakout combined. It's a hybrid. So it came up on the scanner because we've had the first red bar here where my cursor is. It's smaller or average to the previous 20 bars. So we've contracted and we're getting ready for the breakout. We've got this range bound zone for nearly 10 days here now on this wave 4 pullback. We've had the wave 3. The wave 4's pulled back to the 50 fib, which is really good. My TJ's lips have been taken out at this resistance level as well. Volume is dropping off. I don't think there's a lot of willingness to take this higher. So we're looking for the breakout and the fifth wave trade, if you like, at 36.58, which is below all of these lows for here. And we've got a target of around $31. So good risk to reward ratio there of about 1 to 2. So Momo again is looking good. Not a lot of 37.80, 38. So quite a bit of action pre-market, but it's going to be a bit of flat open. This could stay flat for a few days, even into next week. We just want to get that breakout when it happens. Hi, JR. So we've got two on the 60 minutes. One of them's on the scanner, which is EXEL. We're looking for the breakout. We're looking for a wave 4 failure. 27.05 above the whole dollar mark here. I've gone quite conservative with the stop loss though, below all of this rangy period here. We've had the pickup in volume, as you can see, for each of these 60-minute bars. We've got this first full blue bar, which it closed on. 26.90, 27.11. So we're looking at an open close to the entry point. And then we're looking for that wave 4 failure and trading all the way up to around 28.38 to this major support and resistance level there. So that's XEL on the 60-minute. Now, one that didn't come on the scanner but looks good is the big sell-off in McDonald's yesterday. First 60-minute bar, we had the big sell-off, and then we've had this. We've got this bearish pennant forming here now. So the rest of it was pretty much stagnant, and we've got these red bars here now. We're contracting. So I'm looking for a breakout of below 155.75 and going short. These are two big weekly levels, so they act as a zone, and the 1.6 is right in the middle of there. So it could be good if we can get that price. It doesn't look like it wants to go higher, and if it does push below the low of yesterday, so 155.75 entry on McDonald's, looks good for a breakout down to the south for me on the 60-minute. So those are all the ones that we've got for today, because we've got quite a lot open from, as I said, from yesterday and last week. I just want to be careful that we're just selecting some good ones. So 3 on the daily, 2 on the 60-minute. Obviously, the 60-minute ones we'll watch at the beginning of the session. So let's go to the gappers now. Switch charts a little bit. Not a lot gapping down at the moment. Everything seems to be pretty positive today. 430, that's not a big gap. SFUN, TGAS 2264. No, that doesn't interest me either. We've got this big support level at 2212, and we've got one around here at 2285. So we're gonna gap in the middle of there. Quite a lot of action on this pre-market. If you can look at the market depth scanner there, quite a lot going off. Some decent sized trades coming in. Apple gap down as well. Let's have a look at Apple. Like I said before, that I don't think that pullback's over. So 160. Yes, we're looking for the gap down. We go to the daily. I won't go to the swing chart, but I'll just put the target level on. So we traded this 5th wave here. And we've gone through that level, and now we're coming back down. I think the pullback, as I said before, needs to come back down to this $156 level to give us some comfort to go in for a swing trade, because the stochastic, as you see here, is right in the middle of nowhere. No. Hi, Mark. No problem. Did you get your picture with your new hashtag Trading Hacker t-shirt in front of your trade station? Links are right. Okay. So I'm going to bring the other chart over, the live daily chart, because that looks better on Apple. We can see better on there. Let's just pull that. So we go to Apple. So as you can see here, obviously we've traded that bit on the swing trading service. Right, I'll look into that, Mark. I'll probably be at the weekend, but I'll look into that and open a ticket. Just do apologise. Yeah, what I might do is for October it'll be the same thing, but there is a standard login link, and I think once I send out the registration and everything and people's registered, I just share the link in the first session and just use that link regardless of the emails. I think maybe the way to go. So yeah, with Apple 160 gapping down a little bit, but again, I'm looking now for the stochastic to pull back in the oversold zone. So I think really it's going to come back down to this sort of level here, test these lows. So with Apple, just got to be a bit patient on there. Let's just minimize that. Technology, eh? Yeah, and that again, Jerry, that's good. If we get that stochastic down on Apple and we get some good support at a previous support resistance level, and then it usually just start to pick up again then closer, because we've had the announcement, but you can't actually get your hands on one of these. I don't think you can pre-order till the end of October. So we'll get that pullback, and then all of a sudden the hype will be about getting this new thing, this new phone from Apple, because I've had the emails today from Apple as well, and that will hopefully turn it around and we'll get in on the swing trade. So just going to keep an eye on that. So I don't think the down gappers, there's some action there, but there's nothing really interesting. So let's have a look at the up gappers to see if there's anything going off there. Faces change though, don't they? Fingerprints don't. Eyes don't. Although eyes can degrade. So ALDX 640. No, I'm not interested in that after the big gap up yesterday and the sell-off. Another gap today. Oops. TEUM 111. That's going to go into nowhere. Volume's pretty poor on that as well, so I'm not really interested in that one. So BLDP, it's gone through this big zone that I marked when we did some work on it previously, and that's going for it now. So 399. Let's go for the weekly first. Let's have a quick look. Has it ever been there before? Yes. So big level there. On this weekly, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. See that as resistance. Big level there. And here as well. So let's go back to the daily. See, if we look to get in this one, we're only, we're going to be looking at a breakthrough of $4, and then we've got the major resistance at $4.50. So there's a 50-cent move. Maybe if it was on a shorter time frame, there could be a good. Just put provisional line on there for now. Around about $4. Oops. 402. So we could, in fact, maybe get a decent entry if we get the gap up and we get on the 5-minute bars. If we get that the scenario where we find the short-term high, short-term low, get a stop loss and entry, and if we've got a decent risk reward, trade it up there. So BLDP, sorry, probably good. Let's have a look. Let's put that on there. BLDP. Right. Let's go to ARCI. Another cheapie, 150 gapping up. We're going into resistance there, and I bet the volume's really poor. Yeah, so not really interested in that. TRXC 135. When we look left there, we've got loads of support and resistance here, and we gotta think, right, let's have a look. We've got a zone, really. So we're going to enter. It looks like we're going to gap into that sort of zone. So there could be a trade, but again, the volume's not very good. Some of these gappers today are quite cheap. FINL's over $10, so that should be okay. Let's have a look. 1040. Okay, so that high there is 1076. And we're looking at gapping up to around 1040, looking to close this gap. There could be a trade above, maybe $11, I would say. Let's just put the fib retracement on between wave 2 and 3. Hi, Rich. Quite a dodgy one, this one, because we are looking for a wave 4 pullback, and it could find some resistance around about $11. And going along above $11, we don't have a great deal of room there, so that's not going to make the cut, I'm afraid. CNC 97.10. Okay, that's quite a big gap. So let's go to the weekly. Zoom out. Okay, so we are at all-time highs. Let me put the wave 5 target for the weekly. Okay, that's what can help us here. So we'll put the previous wave 3, which we are above, which is good. An intermediate on the daily, we've got this support resistance level here. I prefer there. Top of the candle, and then we're gapping to 97.10. That's a fair big gap there. That'll do. Again, I'm going to look at it, look at the open, look at it on the 5-minute. See if we get a shorter term high and low, and look to trade hopefully maybe down into this level here, $102, $104. Still quite a bit in there on the 5-minute. Let's see how it does on the open, see if we can get anything from it. Okay, so they're the gappers I would want to look at. I just want to go back through some of the ones we've been looking at previously to either discount them or see if we've got a setup. Equifax, I think that's had its move. That was the move we looked for from the green down to that zone. I'm going to get rid of that one now. AOS pushed through, Jerry. Pushed through. That is good. What's that doing pre-market? Sure, huge spread, nothing there. Okay, that interests me on the 5 minute. If we can get a pullback and test this level here, which is the previous wave 3 on the daily, and the stochastic crosses over, we could be looking for a long. So AOS still stays on the list actually. Quite like that one. Because it's still got a good target at $59 there. CBRL. So that didn't really do much yesterday. Get rid of that one. DE, we're just keeping an eye on. We're looking for that break above 121.57 for a long. Didn't fare too well yesterday, but we'll keep it on there. HIMX, I took my money out of that last week, I think it was, or the week, I can't remember, last week it was. I know, Mark, you're out of this now. I don't think there's a great deal there for us at the moment. Need to see if it can push through this big level here. So I'm just going to get rid of that. So ICPT did have the gap. It tested this low, but we didn't get what we wanted. We didn't get that below $90. Not to say it can't happen today, or the next few days. Once we've had this consolidation after the gap down, and it wants to move further, a break below $90 would still be a good trade because we've got fresh air. So ICPT stays on there, I think. LVS. So not a great deal happening on there at the moment. That didn't do what it said it would. It didn't really gap yesterday, so we'll get rid of that one. Just thinning the herd a little bit. Nike, we're now going to be in this cluster zone again. We didn't get to any of these sort of levels, right in the middle really, so nothing there at the moment. QTNT. Middle of nowhere, no good. Sage. And gap down and just went way high, 77.12. We were looking for another little gap today by the looks of it. So nothing there. TEVA. Okay, so we got the gap and a bit of a sell-off yesterday. We go to the 5 minute. It didn't bounce really off that weekly level. It's now acting as resistance, and look at that price action. Look at that contraction during the day. Volume picked up at the end, but that's pretty normal. But we had the contraction in volume for most of the session there. We're looking at pre-market 18.95, 18.98. So we're looking at a bit of a gap down today. Very difficult to trade this now. We've had these two gaps, going to gap down again. So it's isolating those zones. It's going to be very difficult to trade. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Don't want to make it difficult for myself, really. TRV, big gap. Came back down and tested this level here. What does that look like on this intraday? Flat yesterday. This big wick on the candle here ruins a potential breakout to the north side because we just, the risk reward would be just too big. I'm going to get rid of that as well. URI. Let's go back to the daily a minute. Okay, so we did have a trigger yesterday. We must have been looking at this in the 5 minutes. Yeah, we were looking at that. Oh, yes, we were looking at that yesterday here. The wave 4 above the 6-4 moving average high, entry around about here. That was a good 5th wave move. Missed that yesterday. Shame. We'll keep it on the list. Seems to be a bit of a good mover. I just want to check the live daily, see if there's anything happening on those gaps before we go to do some tickers for you guys. So VAR spread is massive. Nothing really happening there at the moment. I'd like a nice gap on one of these. ANDV. 103.75, 104.29. So we're looking at around about $104 open at the moment. Doesn't seem to be a great deal happening there, but we could have a little gap pushed through yesterday's high, which would be good. W 81.47 bid, 82.8. There's a big spread. Slight gap down maybe. Main thing is we just made that new wave 5 high yesterday. Really big price action, really big volume. We want the momentum to continue into the target zone today. That'd be brilliant on W. We can get out, take some profit. So they're looking good. W is for wonderful, yes. Wonderful trade. Quite quick as well. We've only been in it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. So this could be a sort of maybe maximum 10-day. Just depends if we have a bit of a sell-off today. But as I said, most swing trades average around about 20 days, but you do get those ones 7 to 10 days that really go for it. You just got to be ready to take the profit. Yeah, I think ANDV is looking good as well, and VAR. There's some really good profits accumulating on all these 3 trades at the moment. Not forgetting we've got the trend reversal on TRIP still doing well. These are always a little slower to ferment, but you're in a wave 3 now. You know, this could be another big trade like BRK.B. You know. And then FedEx did brilliantly yesterday as well. We had that had the bounce after the original entry, bounced, and then we had the big day yesterday. We're looking 212, 216, big spread at the moment. So we're looking around a slight gap up maybe for there. Rice. So this is. I just hope this is another good showcase for the swing trading as well. I know some of the stop losses get taken out, but there is just, you know, it's 50-50. Some of them do come down and test like this one and then go on to win. So you've got to let it play. But to get back to break even after that big sell-off is pretty impressive. So let's just hope that can keep going now. Pre-market, there's just a massive spread at the moment, so I don't think there's a whole lot happening there. It'd be nice if it gaps up to 30, wouldn't it, eh? Instant profits, take it away. Netflix did very well yesterday. We're at this level now, though. I mentioned this on my video this morning. It's got to take some juice to push up. 184.90. So we're going to slight gap down, but not too much today. We could then see that high from yesterday broken, which is what we're after. So some great trades in there. Okay, let's put these back on and let's get some tickers from you guys. Yeah, and a lot of that is to do with how the markets are behaving the last few days, Mark. Really is. But you've got the beautiful option of using options, using CFDs or physical stocks. So you're in a unique sort of part of the world, really, where in the US they don't have the option for those CFDs, or in the UK, in the UK they have the CFDs and spread betting. But yeah, unique. But it's also down to do with how the markets are really behaving at the moment. So that's the problem with margin products. The market makers can just increase the margins just to cover potential losses. Yeah, and be selective. You can't necessarily get in every single trade. There'll be trades that come today that I'm only going to be trading 0.5% today if I go into any trade. So I'm going to be risking 0.5% of trading account balance because I've got a lot open. I've got the swing trades open, and I've also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 from this trading room open as well. So it all takes that margin away. Obviously, not all of it's on margin. Some of it's on physical stocks. Yeah, it's you just got to be careful. But again, I'm going to be more of a scalping type risk today on 0.5% or even 0.25% of the profit trade of the account balance of risk, just to get in some trades really. So let's have a look at some tickers for you guys. Throw some at me, anything of interest. And then we'll spend the last 8-10 minutes going back over the ones for today. No worries. I mean, you don't have to risk 1%. If the margin's too high, you've got quite a lot of open, you've made quite a lot, 20% on your trading account balance in the last month's a big profit. If these ones, the margin's too big, just risk 0.5% on the trading account balance, reduce that margin requirement, but still get in the trade. Now, some traders risk 1.5%, 2%. I would never do that. Never risk any more. I'd go down, but not up. So some tickers, guys. Anything interesting on what did we have earnings yesterday, Rich, that we looked at? What was it that we looked at that had earnings last night? We were going to look at first thing this morning. I've slept since then. It was a long day yesterday. CBRL, let's have a look. Big day yesterday. Is it ready to, did they pump before they dump? Big spread pre-market at the moment. Was earnings any good? Got a big pump yesterday. Big volume. So we got nearly a $4 spread pre-market. Might gap up. There could be a call that we discussed yesterday. No, probably not good enough to buy. But it's looking at the spread's massive, so I don't really know. But when you go the middle of the diddle of $4 there, you're talking $150 right at that sort of resistance level. But yeah, not a good. I mean, it might just sell off from there. You just don't know. We'll keep an eye on it though. As the session progresses, there may be an opportunity. You never know. Okay, I'm just going to take my desk down a little bit and take a rest on the stool. Magic desk goes up and down. So any more tickers, guys? Come on, there must be something. Light. Quite range at the moment still, isn't it? We were looking for that breakdown down here. That's not happened. It's just going higher and higher. We look at this, it's quite whippy as well during the day. I mean, we're talking a $4 range yesterday. That's quite high. I bet the average range is over $3 on this daily range. Probably good for day trading. We've got that on the, I'm sure we have. Have we got it on the dashboard? It might be worth putting it on the dashboard. With a big daily range like that, there could be some good pullbacks that we can get into. So I'm going to put that onto the dashboard as well, I think. I don't think it's on there at the moment. I'll replace, tough one. What should I replace? I'll replace Walmart for now with light. Okay. So yeah, we're in a range at the moment, Rich. Quite a big range, but there may be some opportunities during the day. I think this support's going to hold again, but you know, once it gets down to this sort of level, there could be a good breakout to the south. But other than that, trading within the day in the range could be an option. That's why I put it on the dashboard for later. ENR. Ooh, we've got the wave 4 pullback there. Why is this not come on my scanner? I'll have a look at the stochastic. That might be the reason. No. That's a really decent level. JR, did you use the Elliott wave suite to find that? Are you looking at it on there? That it looks like a really good short here. So the wave 4 high, 46.55. So a 59 stop. Entry's tough. Entry is really tough. So today's bar position, we're looking below this consolidation zone, and that's outside of the 6-4 moving average low. Stop loss there. There's enough risk to reward. Is that why I dismissed it? No, it's looking okay. That's going to go on the video tomorrow. Good spot. My scanner didn't pick that up for some reason. PTI is good. So I'm going to do 61 stop. A 43.78 entry. Okay. Looks good for the short if it can hold. We've got all these little consolidation zones and it keeps moving higher, but it's found resistance at the 0.382 fib there. But then when you look left, that is a big consolidation zone here. So this is a good and sensible area for that to find resistance there. So yeah, it looks good for the short on the swing trading. I'll add that to the video tomorrow. I don't think it will trigger today. Again, I'm very reluctant to go in on any of these above the 6-4 moving average high with the markets as they are at the moment. I've not been aggressive on entries all of this year at all. And I don't want to change that at the moment because the markets are still pretty unpredictable. So below the 6-4 moving average low, below this consolidation zone, 43.78 entry. Stop loss above there around about 40. It was 61, 46.61. So a good spot, JR. You're welcome. That looks good. Okay, so we've got around about 10 minutes left before the markets. I'm just going to spend a bit of this time going through the current open trades on the breakouts and stuff just to see where they are pre-market, to see if we need to be ready for something. So let's go through the breakouts on the daily. Oh, BTA first, is there anything happening on that? No, it's pretty big spread pre-market. So car, what's happening pre-market there? Still nothing from before. So we're looking at a pretty flat open on car. We are in that just. We had a bit of a doji day, indecision day yesterday, lower volume, but it was a very strange day on the markets yesterday. But we got that in the day before. CELG, what's that doing pre-market? 104, there's a dollar spread there. Probably going to be a flat open, even though we closed at the high yesterday. Doesn't look like we're going to really have a massive gap up or down there. LKQ, big spread, nothing happening there pre-market. CA, again, another big spread, not a great deal of action. And look down the market depth, there's no real trades happening there at the moment. So that, I mean, that's close in a slight profit-making position yesterday, nothing massive. Info, huge spread, nothing really happening there. CTSH, that triggered towards the end of the session yesterday at 72.94, closed at 72.84. Good solid bar yesterday with a gap up and the move up, just tiptoe triggered, but there's no real gap there to speak of. So the three open on the 60 minutes. PDLI came back, we're at break even on that one now. Court 1803, 1830. We could be getting a bit of a gap up here today, guys. A little bit of a gap up, but the main thing is we're going to test this previous high on this. We're near break even. A close above $18 is very important for this trade today. Really, we've got to get that close above $18. QCOM 50.71, 50.80 pre-market. So slight gap down, but around about our entry maybe, something like that. So nothing spectacular there. So let's go to the watch list for today for breakouts on the daily. PDCO is the only one carried over from yesterday. This looks good for a 40.88 entry. This spread pre-market is pretty big, so there's not a lot we can do there. AMAG, we're looking for the entry at 21.15. Big spread. Not a great deal of action, so I don't think we're going to trouble that entry right off the bat. Momo, so we're looking for the short, 37.70, 37.80. There is some action pre-market, but it's nowhere near our entry. Again, we're looking to get out of this range and go short. This is a hybrid, this is a breakout and a fifth wave trade all in the same one. So we're looking to break out of this range here, below the 6-4 moving average low for today's, and play the breakout. We've had the first red bar as well. But it doesn't look like we're going to really sort of get anywhere near there at the beginning. So let's have a look at the 260 minutes, see if there's anything happening there we should be aware of. Okay, so we're looking at an entry of 27.05 here. We're looking for a wave 4 failure. 26.90, 27.10. So around about a $27 entry, open-ish. So this could be close to the entry at the beginning of the session, EXEL. McDonald's, I'm looking for the short. We've got this bearish pennant after yesterday with this really nice contraction. 156.51, 156.75. So we're pretty flat open from yesterday. Again, this could go flat for a while, but we're looking for that breakout below that wave 3 low and trading it down to around about $154. Just a quick trade if that can push down below those lows. So what we'll do is we'll keep Excel on, ready for the open. We've got about 5 minutes left, actually, guys. Is there anything else you want me to have a quick look at? Take a drink. Anybody want me to look at anything before we get the open? Down gappers don't seem to be too spectacular today. UTX, have a look at that. Oh, another one of those bearish pennants on the daily. Now that looked good for the breakout to the downside. Let me look where the weekly levels are. Oh, now must put you off a little bit because we're on a wave 4 on the weekly. We've got consolidation here where the mouse is and resistance. Okay, so this is a big weekly level here. We've had the wave 4 on the weekly, so I'm going to put those fib lines in as well. Just to help us build the picture. Would help if I use the right tool. Okay, so let's go back to the daily. See, doing that work has now put me off going for the breakout to the downside. Because we've got major resistance level here. So yes, we could get a little break and then we could get some fuzzy logic around here and that hold of support and go higher. Maybe if we get a little wave 4 pullback, we can go short again. But I think, maybe looking at the weekly here, we've had that nice doji so far this week. If we can start to move away from there might be a longer term trade. I think I'd just hold off and see what's it doing pre-market. 110. We're looking at a bit of a gap up. So yeah, I think I'm reluctant to go to the short now. I've done that extra work. I just want to see what happens there. On the daily, I think it might come down a little bit more test before it goes back on a wave 4 rich. But on the weekly, for a longer term investment, I'd wait for it to pull away from there, and then look for a buying opportunity to get in, because ultimately on the weekly we are looking for a target of around $132. So that's definitely worth keeping on your watch list, just to see if we can start to move away from there in the coming weeks. Okay, so let's go back now to XEL, ready for the open. See what's occurring there. Nothing really. What time we've got now? We've got 1.5 minutes. I'm just going to quickly look at the weekly live, see if we've got any gaps there on VAR. 600, 900, so nothing there. ANDV, no, nothing huge. 82.17, 82.49. Might have a big gap on W. We'll keep an eye on that. Okay, so just waiting for the open, see what this does. Still not a great deal of action for this pre-market. Yeah, a little bit. Big day yesterday is going to be some profit taking. It would be nice for the momentum to continue, but there'll be some day traders that might want to take some profit initially. Okay, so that order's still good at 27.05 on EXER. We've opened pretty flat there. Let's have a look at McDonald's open. Yeah, that's going to be high. It's now coming down. So, okay. Just want a quick look on some of these already open trades just to see if there's anything. Okay, we've had a good move, good gap up on PDLI. Info, bit of a gap down. Nothing spectacular there. Okay, so we had a bit of a venture down on CA, but now it's making new highs. We're trading this off a daily. Okay, so that's going good. Looks better on a 60, doesn't it? Looks like it's moving faster. LKQ, that's looking good. CELG, pretty flat open today. Just here, I need to move these out of the way for you now. Okay, PDCO is getting close to the trigger now. 40.81, 40.88 is the entry. AMAG, nowhere near at the moment. Momo in the middle of the diddle. LKQ making highs again. Okay, they're all doing okay. Nothing spectacular. So let's have a look at the gappers. Now we need 5-10 minutes on those really. I'm just going to go to the live trades just to see what's happened there. Okay, so W attempting to get higher, slight gap down, nothing really. Rice, that's good for that trade. That is very good. ANDV, again, some of these might sell off today from yesterday. No big surprises anywhere really. No, nothing really jumping out at me that's oh, that was a nice little gap down for Pandora. Get some momentum and push through these lows. Through 818 would be very good today for this. Yeah. So nothing really going off there. I'm just got to keep an eye on W. I'd like to take profit on that if I can. It just needs to build a bit of momentum. Excel triggered, cool. There's so much going off. So we're on the 60-minute there. As soon as I put my 1-to-1s in and 0.5s, as soon as those trigger. Good move so far. How's McDonald's doing? Oh, it's broken the potential stop loss, so that order's off. You can tell that order off. It's pulled back too much. Might have a little wave forward now. I'm hoping for the breakdown, but that's not happened there. Let's go back through. Where's BTA? We're on a 60 on BTA. Yeah. Might have to wipe our feet on this one. Just give it a little bit more time because stochastic has crossed over. But if it doesn't build momentum and start increasing in price, it's not worth staying in really. Can't see any more. I was looking for that moment on the daily. So it is trying to go lower, but this is not going to, unless we get a spectacular move, I don't think it's going to trigger today. But that's the sort of move we're looking for anyway, a big move down. CTSH just made a new high. So we tiptoe triggered on this yesterday, and we're at the entry price now again today. So that's doing okay so far. PDLI just made a new high. Trading this on the 60. Okay, it's a good move out of that range. If they can now continue that, that would be very good. Okay, one. Put those in there. It's a good move out there. AMAG, new high. Still got a long way to go for that entry though. A long way to go. Okay, so we've had the first 5-minute candle, so let's have a look at these gappers, see what's happening, if anything. Just check, keep an eye on DE, nothing happening there. ICPT, that's flat. BLDP, okay, so we did gap. Roughly where we said it was pre-market. So let's go to the 5-minute. Now are we going to get an entry, or is this just going to keep going? And again, I need at least 2, maybe 3 candles. So we've got a low, we've got a high, and we've got something to go off. If this just keeps going for it now, I'm not really want to just press the button. CNC, so we didn't break there. Again, we're looking for some lows. We're looking for the high of the day. I'm going to change that now to green, and that's going to be around about 97.11. That high so far today was 97.01. So 97.14. I'm going to put one in for the low. If it can respect those, we can get a decent entry. Again, just got to give it a few candles just to settle. That could be a good one. CNC. AOS. Again, we're waiting for this to come back down here. That's turned up too early for me. CBRL. Oh, very rangy on the open, not interested on that one. ENR. None at the moment, no. So PDLI is still going for it. Okay, that's looking good. Breaking above here, that's really, really good. Oh, she's going now. Might get this early move, take a quick 1%, just carry it over a couple of days, see how she goes. Check on EXEL, XL. It's okay, it's in profit. CTSH keeps tipping those highs. Okay, McDonald's going down now, but that was too late. We're too whippy. Too whippy. QCOM new high. We've got to break out of this range though for this trade. We are in this trade. It is in a bit of profit at the moment, but it's really got to push through here because we're looking, remember, for this wave 4 failure. Need some momentum to build, volume to go. That's what we're looking for there. It's going away from us, BDLP, too big a range for the first bit of resistance there, so that's no good. CNC, that's looking okay. So a 90, let's put the risk reward on there, that's pretty good. Risk reward. So 95.11, do you know what? A 94.89 stop. A 97.15 entry, 97.70 even. Still gives a great risk reward and a really conservative range to break out there. So yeah, that looks good. CNC for the breakout to the north, if we can get that momentum going and break that first 5-minute high. If it breaks the lows, I'll be inclined to take it off, but so far looks okay. QCOM making another new high, and CAR as well. CAR, we're trading off the daily. That's a good move back up into this towards our entry level there. QCOM, we're trading off the 60 minutes. Still needs to do some work. Oh, there she goes. Okay, everything's settled down. Entered one new one today. All the existing ones are looking good. Just want to check on the live swing trades and then we'll go over to the scanners. Live daily. So got the new high on W. Interesting. And then back down towards the open of today and the close of yesterday. Interesting, got the new high though. Rice moving well. ANDV. That's going to try today, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's going to try. VAR is having a bit of a sell-off so far. GXP not doing well. Okay, nothing really spectacular happening there. Let's change screens now and go to the scanners. Hey, can you see that okay? Just let me know. Cool. Okay, can take a while to populate. One thing to keep an eye on, obviously, is the CNC move. It's still pretty flat at the moment in the middle of that range that I talked about. It's having a bit of a try now. And don't forget, Michelle, if you can, if you see any decent RBIs, call them out. Michelle's turned into the RBI queen. WCG. Oh, that was a great move. But yes, it's broken that resistance now at 176.48. That was a great move. You've got to be quick on these, guys. You've got to be quick. Green, red, green. Again, it's not a great big move though. Yep, 40 cents, good scalp, but it's now at that previous resistance. So Michelle was right in stating that, but it has broken through there. But then you've got some more around, 177.34, something like that. So you've got more to come. So you just got to be careful. Always look left on the RBIs. If you go into resistance, just leave it alone. There'll be plenty more. Hopefully today. Yesterday wasn't spectacular. So C on the 15-minute piercing pattern. We're too early, I think, for engulfing type patterns, especially in the first 15 minutes of the session, and just got to let that ride a little bit first. So some more shorts on the GBI coming up now. Spreads, oh God, yeah. ENIC. What's HLF like? Yeah, well, no, that's no good either. Yeah. Costco just come up on RBI on the 5. Now that could be interesting. Just quickly do some work. Just want to. Oh, you got to get in quick. So with Costco, the next real resistance 162.69. We're 161.23 at the moment. So a quick scalp anytime now is good on an RBI there with fresh air on Costco. The only problem with Costco is the fact that the first green bar in the 3-bar sequence, you've got to go under there for your stop loss. In theory, that's what I would suggest, but that makes that a 1-to-1 risk. So there's not a great deal there unless you go really tight above there. But it's a 3-bar, it's a 3-candle sequence, and you really must go below that low. So that is the problem with the Costco one there. Just keep an eye on it. It's worth paper trading just to see if this early momentum in Costco works. He's going for it now. Look, there she goes. Oh, typical. Look at that. That's the power of those RBIs. The problem is getting the entry and the stop loss right. If you're not too concerned and you want to put a tight stop below the red doji candle there, that would have been at 1-to-1 already. So that's the type of trade you're looking for on the RBIs, really. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you with these for 5 or 10 minutes, take a break, and then come back to you and see if there's any triggered. If you see any on the, I've put light on the dashboard at the top as well, because that's quite rangy during the day, $3 to $4 range, so there could be something there with light. So keep an eye on the dashboard as well, and I'll be back shortly. Hi guys, so EXEL's going for it at the moment. We're above 0.5% profit on the trading account balance. QCOM going for it as well, getting those new highs. Looking to break yesterday's highs very soon. Excuse me. So the high yesterday, was 51.07. We've had a 51.06 today, so QCOM going well. Yes, it is, and we can learn from that. Maybe at the beginning of those sessions we are a lot tighter on the stop and go for the scalping strategy. Oh, you're in, good. It's a good move. Yeah, that's right. And the thing is, with a tight stop, your risk to reward ratio now, you're at nearly two reward to one risk right now. You know, and it's now pushing $362. So, you know, there could be 162.50 in this move. So that's a really good trade. You love the RBIs, don't you, Michelle? So we're testing yesterday's highs on QCOM. Yes. So I'm just, yes, QCOM going for it now. That's a really good first 6-minute candle. IWM. Yeah, remember we looked at this yesterday. There's it's testing that zone now. Break out above this 141.86, 87 level. That'd be really good for IWM. You're just going to lose the dashboard a sec while I just have a quick check on these swing trades just to see what's happening. Google having a good day. So the big gainers from yesterday and having a bit of a sell-off. Not massive though. Not massive. So far. Cake. Oh yeah, missed that one. I don't know, hang on. I was looking at the wrong bloody time frame there. we're right at a major resistance level now. No, sorry, not there yet. We're very close. I've gone to 60 and put a major resistance level on there for cake, which is at 41.52. It's had a good move today. We've had the relaxing play. The only resistance really is at 41.52. I'm doing a bit of work on this purely because there could be a call above there, say at 56, because we've got some tight candles there. The low at 40.98, and I'm just working off screen, so you keep an eye on the scanners. Just building the picture on this one to see if there is a call on this RBI to go. I've got to be quick now. Just want to see when the next resistance level is. Fine. $42 is the next one. I was thinking of going, putting a stop loss here, entry slightly above that resistance level at 53. Yeah, above that, above the resistance level. The problem is the next resistance level is not that far away. We're about a 1-to-1. If there's enough push, yeah, a 41.53 or 54 entry. Volume's good. Right, we've tested 41.54 on this candle. Looking like closing near the high. Could be a call to go along here. There she goes. Wow, there she goes. I didn't get in because I don't like one-to-ones. But that was a good push through that level. No. I've got a lot of trades on at the moment as well. I just got to be a little bit careful. See, XL is in a decent position already for me. This first 60-minute candle, we're pushing through the 0.5% profit. You know, this is, yeah, it's looking good. Yeah. Still good, Michelle. Oh, absolutely not, but not yet, Mark. On, you mean on Excel? Yeah, let me have a quick look. I'm just trying to. Where is it again? We're trading off the 60. That's the problem. I need the first hour to close. You know, there is a call. If you look on the 5 minute today, we've had this consolidation zone here on the 5 minute. So, you know, and those lows are around 2709. Our entry's at 2705. So yeah, we could go risk free right now. Yeah. Yeah, you're trading it off the 60, but again, you can manage it off the 5, not a problem. And yes, I think there's a good call to, I'm going to go 2707 just to cover any costs and make it risk free. Sometimes I'd rather wait until the 60 minute bar's over, but it looks like it's got a lot of momentum here. But again, you know, that's a good push out. It's now risk free. If it gets to 1-to-1, I might even take profit. Good trade, Michelle, on Costco. Great trade. RBI does work. Got to get him in the first hour of the session. Really? I'm glad I didn't get in cake. You know what? I'm going to adjust my stop loss back on Excel. I'm just going to give it a bit of breathing space back to its original stop loss mark. I'm not a scalper by nature. I just want to give it a bit of room because it's shown signs of exhaustion on the 5 minute, and I'm prepared to let it pull back. So my original stop at 26.39, I've put that back on. I want this first candle, 60 minute candle to close. Yeah. There would be a good call for that. But if you're going to make a loss, you may as well keep stop loss where you are right now until it does find support. Okay, so the CNC we talked about before, we had the high, we had the low, we got the stop loss, we got the entry at 97.17, and it's gone and it's in from the gappers. Bidu come down at the bottom on the RBI 15. Let's have a quick look at that. So we need to go up to at least the 60 to see if we've got any left. No, we have not. We're in fresh air. Go to daily, just have a quick check. Okay, so we have to go back a long way with daily. I do apologise, I don't understand why. I've not changed anything. Atmospheric conditions, are they? I don't know. No. What's the high on Bidu? $239. So a 239.05 entry. Oh, stop on Bidu is a bit too much. Yeah, it's a bit busier today. The only thing spoiling Bidu on the RBI 15 is the big wick on the candle down here. It's spoiling the entry a bit there. We haven't done many on the 15-minute. There are some good opportunities there. And Bidu's up these highs. Yeah. And I don't like Bidu because it's right at the top. Right, I'm going to look at some of these on the dashboard now so we can learn a bit more about that. See if we can pick any that are potentially going. Got to be happy with profit. Trying to find a good one on the dashboard. SPY looking at attempting yesterday's highs. No, not at all. Cool. Thanks, Mark. I'm busy looking at this dashboard, not noticed. Oh, right. Well, I've got my phone on silent because you guys would hear everything. I'm trying to look at all these different screens, trying to find some opportunities for you. Yeah. It's always, it's just a game you got to play, balancing that. Yeah, I was looking at that on the was it 5 minute? Stochastics crossed over. Looking for a bullish move. Let me just do a little bit of work on that. So high. Okay, let me take these out. Yeah, I mean it does go. My software is telling me it's on the 5 minute though. The wave 5 target's down here 158.22, so it could go down again. Potential entry, I think. Above 159.50 maybe on Apple. We'll keep an eye on that one. If it gets close to 159.50, I might look for a trade high on that. BRKS, sorry. Red bar ignored. 60. Okay, got fresh air on BRKS. Volume was okay, not spectacular. Okay, that's okay. So the high is 27.62. Low there, 27.41. So BRKS on the RBI looks pretty cool. We're in fresh air. So again, with the RBIs, you're looking at something like this: red bar ignored, green, red, green. You've got the stop loss 1 cent below there, and you've got an entry a few cents above the high. This wave 3, 27.64. That looks good. BRKS. Okay guys, going to take another little break. Scanners are starting to fill up now. We're getting more and more action on the RBIs. Yeah.